Welcome back. So today I'm going to talk to you. Finally, I've been working on my skincare routine. I've tried many different products. I have gone through so much money trying to figure out what to do for skincare. So finally I'm at a place where I feel like it's probably the best it's been in about 2 years. And so I wanted to share with you what I use. Okay, so the first thing before I start with the products is most of the time you have acne because you're having some kind of hormonal imbalance, especially for females. And so I have started back taking ORTHO tricycline. That's a birth control pill. And that has really gotten rid of the cystic acne that I had. The under the skin, big red bumps, nothing would take that away. And I mean, the second I went back on the birth control pill, I stopped having those cystic bumps. So that's really got a lot to do with it. So that you might, if you're having trouble with acne and you can't find anything to work for you, you might want to talk to your doctor and see, what they say about trying to start something, with them, like a dermatologist. But let's go ahead and jump into the products. I've got them all sitting out here. So most of the products that I use morning and night, but there's a couple differences. So we'll go over my morning routine and my nighttime routine. So first thing in the morning, I will wash my face with the Philosophy Purity Cleanser. This is a mild cleanser and it doesn't dry my skin out, and it's just enough clean that I'm not overdoing it or stripping it first thing in the morning. So I put that on first, and then I put on this brand actually sent me this, and this has really been a life changer. This is the PURA Dior Professional Strength 20% Vitamin C Serum. I believe you can get this on their website for, I think it's $30, but they gave me a coupon code, and so if you use KC25, you can get 25% off the things. That I don't make any money off of it. They just gave me that for my subscribers. But this really has made a difference in the brightness of my skin, the wrinkles in my skin. And I know this sounds crazy, but I think from rubbing it into my fingers, I've actually grown nails from it, because I've never had nails in my life. I got them painted because they're so, I don't know, they turn colors, I guess, from the tanner and stuff. So I got them painted, but these are like my actual nails, and I've never had them in my life. So this is the only thing I can chalk it up to that I've changed. I haven't started any new vitamins or anything, but this stuff has really changed my life. I've only used like a quarter of the bottle, and I still already bought one so I can have on a backup. And my mom wanted one too, so I just bought two. But after that, I use the BADESCU facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. And I just spray that all over my face and let it dry. And then, during the day for moisturizer, I use Clinique Moisture Surge. I usually have dry skin. I usually have oily skin. So the Moisture Surge is a gel formula, and they say that's good for oily skin because it's not a cream, or it's not real lotiony, if you will. So it dries really fast, and it doesn't leave you feeling greasy. So I use that under my makeup. So that's my morning routine. The Purity Cleanser, the Vitamin C Serum, the BADESCU spray, and the Clinique Moisture Surge. And then under my eyes, day or night, it doesn't matter, I use Clinique All About Eyes Rich. It's supposed to reduce circles and puffiness. I really don't have a lot of circles and puffiness, I didn't think. And so I started using this to really get into the wrinkles, because none of the fine line wrinkle creams have worked for me. So I started using this, and I pat it where I get wrinkly, like the crow's feet. I pat it in. Well, I switched because I got like the laser focus in a little kit from Clinique. I was like, all right, I'll try this on my wrinkles. Well, the next morning I woke up, I was all puffy under my eyes. And I'm like, well, I guess I do get puffy. So this must be doing something for me. I didn't even know it was doing. This, I love it. I have nothing. I have no words. Like, it's the best. Okay, so at nighttime, I will take my makeup off with two things. I've had this, but they actually sent me this too, but I already had it. So I saved the smaller bottle for a giveaway. So the Pure Dior Argan Oil, it's the body, hair, and face treatment. I will use this, and I will use Clinique Take the Day Off. Either one, it doesn't matter. But I'll use some kind of grease or oil to take off my makeup, because that'll help break it apart. The oil will break it apart. That's why oily people, their makeup will break apart during the day, because the oil in your face will break it down. So if you just go ahead and take like a little bit of this in your hand, I don't use a cloth or anything. I take the oil and I rub it all into my face, and then I'll take like just a cheap bath cloth. I buy cheap ones because I like that they're a little bit stiffer, and it kind of just gets everything off. So, and then I'll just wipe it off, and then, so I'll take my makeup off with those. Then I'll go in with the Purity Cleanser, just in my hands, wash my whole face, get in my eyes and everything. I use it on my eyes, and then just get all that off. Then I'll go back, and since I kind of scrub a little bit more when I get the makeup off, I'll go back in with a toner. Right now, I'm almost out of it, and I don't know what I'm going to do after that, because I don't want to buy the kit. But I'm using the PROACTIV Revitalizing Toner, and I just use that because I want a little bit of acne clearing stuff, but I don't want anything too harsh. So I just tone it with the PROACTIV. And like I said, I'm almost out, so I don't know what I'm going to do after that. So take the makeup off, then I cleanse, then I tone, then I go back in with the vitamin C serum. I put that on. It's a dropper. I just put 2 drops. I put 1 on each finger, rub it in, and then smooth it all out everywhere. And then I do that. And then I spray again with the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rosewater. Spray with that again. And then at nighttime, I change it up a little bit as far as my moisture goes. I got this. I've heard about coconut oil, and I bought this to take out my extensions one time, but I didn't really use it anymore after that. I was too scared because it's so greasy. Then a friend on Instagram, she kind of talked me into trying this and using it as a moisturizer. So at nighttime, I'll use organic extra virgin coconut oil. I got this at Walmart, and I'll rub that all into my face. I'll either use that or I'll use the argan oil. Either one of these two. But I do that at nighttime because I don't want all that grease when I'm about to go put on makeup. So I use those two at nighttime. And that's everything. And I use of course, I use my Clinique All About Eyes Rich Cream again. So that's everything that I do for day and nighttime. But I also wanted to show you what I put on my lips. I use Smith's Rosebud Salve. And it's just like this pink, like, just, it's thicker than lip gloss, but it's like, I just put that on like before I go to bed, and then I'll put it on right after I get my face done in the morning, like clean and stuff. So then by the time I put on lipstick, I can just blot that off and put on the lipstick. So that's what I've been using on my lips. And then to fight like a bump, if I get a bump, I'll use PROACTIV Refining Mask. It's 6% sulfur in this, and I'll just take a little dab of it and put it on the zit, and I'll just go to sleep and let that handle itself. Then also I've got a little sample of the SKINCEUTICALS Blemish and Age Defense. This is a little acne treatment, and I'll just put a dot of that on it. If, you know, I've only been using this since I've had this sample. And then this one, I don't know how I came across this, but this is called Smiles PRID, P-R-I-D. It says homeopathic salve. It's called a drawing salve. It smells pretty medicinal. And it's just like this brown consistency, or it's this brown color and like this wax consistency. If you put this on like a big red place that maybe you've mashed, even though you shouldn't, I do. If you put this on there, it will help the redness to go down. It's supposed to draw things out of the pore, but it says for its uses is temporary topical relief of pain and irritation associated with boils, skin eruptions, and redness. So it's supposed to kind of calm it down. So I like to use this if the bump is really red, because then in the morning it won't be as red. And I got that off of Amazon. I'm going to list all the products and prices below. So I didn't want to make this video too long. So I'll put all the prices with the items down below. Alright, so like I said, this is probably the best my skin's looked in 2 years. I'm actually really happy with that at this point. I still have all these tiny little white bumps all around my chin. I can't get rid of those yet. I'm not 100% sure what to do about them. I've even put hydrocortisone thinking it was like a rash type bump. So if you have any suggestions for the little tiny bumps you get all around your chin that you can't really see but they mess up your texture. So if you have any suggestions for that, please leave them down below. Alright guys, so that was it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!